Welcome to the How To Studio. This is the Microsoft PowerPoint for Beginners tutorial. In this tutorial, you'll learn everything you need to know to get started and to use Microsoft PowerPoint. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. When you first open PowerPoint, you will likely see the screen with a blank presentation, and then depending on the version of PowerPoint that you have, you might see some other themes here and an option to view more themes, but we're going to start with the blank presentation, so just click on it. Okay, so now on our blank presentation, we are at the first slide in our deck here, and here you can add your titles and your subtitles. I'm going to be doing a book proposal. Okay, so now I have my first slide, and let's say I wanted to add my second slide. You can click the new slide option right here, or if you click, you see there's a little line underneath. If you click right underneath, there's a line. You can just press enter on your keyboard to create a new slide. And also, if you look here, you see Control plus M is another way you can add a new slide. So I'm going to add a new slide by pressing Control and M on my keyboard. There we go. Okay, so now I can scroll up my slide by pressing the up arrow on my keyboard. And now I'm going to add my title and then my cover page. And then intent, and then I'm gonna add another slide. That's gonna be my thank you slide. Now that I've have all my slides and I'm taking a look, I can see that the order doesn't look right, because pricing should not be at the top. It should be more at the bottom, so I'm going to put it right at slot number 4. So how to do that? Just click on it, hold it, and just drag it down to the slot where you want it. And if you wanted to add another a slide anywhere, let's say for example I wanted to add one after pricing, I just click below pricing, and then I press enter on my keyboard, and I can add another slide here. And if for any reason I had an extra slide or something and I wanted to delete it, then you can easily delete your slide. You can right click on the slide, and then you can just click on delete slide. As you can see, this is a title, and then it has a copy, the body copy in here. But if you click on this arrow that says new slide, you can see the different options that it gives you. So if you want one of these types of slide, you can just insert the type of slide that you like. Now let's add the themes to our presentation here. So first you go to design, and then here you can see a number of different themes that you can choose from. So as I hover over, you can see it gives me a preview of the themes. And also you can see on the side, you can see the options for the designs as well. I'm going to go through the different theme designs we have here first, and then we'll take a look at the designer. Okay, let's say we went with this one. You can see that it's applied across all the different pages, and you can see here we have variants. You have different colors for each of these. Okay, and then you can choose the size, the slide size, and you can also choose the background color of the slide. And also this pop-up that you're seeing, this is actually the designer, and it is giving you options for the designs that you can choose. Yeah, and if I go back to the original blank theme that I had, and I look at the designer, if I click designer, if you're not seeing it pop up, just click designer here, then you can see that it shows you the books. So PowerPoint is kind of intuitive, it's smart, because it can pick up that, hey, the title is book proposal, and it's suggesting designs that has to do with books. And this one is an animation, as you can see, so you can choose the different design that is suggested, the hair, or you can just go to the top here and choose one of these options here, and you can choose the variants. For this one, I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, so here we are. Let's go to the cover page. Now I have some text here and I'm gonna add it. So this is actually some bullet points, but let's say I want to format it. It looks kind of bare bones. It's nothing special. It could work, but it's nothing special. And I want to make it a little bit more unique than how it looks right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Home tab and I'm going to select first of all, I'm going to select the option for the page here. I'm going to go to the Home tab and I'm going to highlight all of this text, and then there is an option here that says Smart Art, so I'm just going to click on it and it gives me all of these different options. As you can see, it transformed my plain old bullet point into something that looks much better. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with this one. Okay, so now you can see two different tabs that has been added since I added my Smart Art, and you have some options here. You can change the colors, you can change the style and so forth, and I'm just going to go ahead and change my colors. I don't want blue and blue, I want something more that stand out, and this looks perfect so far. So I'm going to go ahead with this one. You can change your layouts here if you want, so you can play around with different options that they have. And they have some pictures in here, so you can replace it with pictures if you want to, but I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Now if I wanted to add another bullet point, I can just click on this here. It brings up this option here, and then I go to the bottom and then I press enter to add another bullet point. Okay, and there we have it. Now this looks off-centered. I'm just gonna stretch it a bit because it does look off-centered, so that I can bring it more into the center. And then I'm gonna click on format here to see the options, and as you can see, there's a lot of options here that you can play with. You can change the styles, you can add text fields, you can add text, you can play around with the different styling that is here. Now, let's say I want to add the date at the bottom here, so everyone knows the date of when I created this presentation and the effective date for this. So I'm going to go to the Insert tab, and then I am going to click on Text Box. And then I'm going to click on where I want to add my text, and I'm just going to adjust it and put it exactly where I want to put it. And then I'm going to also update the size of this text, so I can do that by clicking this larger A here. And then you make sure you highlight everything so that all the text size increases at the same pace. And then I'm just going to center it and drag it to where I want it. But if you wanted to change the color, you highlight the entire text and you can change the color here. You can put a background here, you can make it bold. So there are different things that you can do with this text. Let's say for this slide, I decided to change this to something else, and I decided to delete these other two slides. All right. So for my cover page inspiration, I want to add some images of some monsters. So I can click on pictures here to insert the pictures from my computer, or you can go to insert and you can click on images. You can also insert tables, shapes, icons, charts, and so forth. You can see there's a lot of stuff for you to insert. You can insert word art, you can insert audio, video, and so forth. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to click pictures and I'm going to do this device. And then I'm going to select these 3 monster images to insert. Okay, so now I'm going to coordinate my images because they look a little bit scattered. And as you can see, designer tool again, it popped up and it's giving me some suggestions. Okay, so let's see which one I'm going to take. I like this one. It's formatted well, so I'm going to take this one. Okay, and if I wanted to, I can expand the pictures so that they are bigger on the screen. Okay, and then here I have some text that I'm going to add here, and I'm going to show you how you can animate those text. So now I have added my text and I'm going to do some animation on it, but before I do, I want to edit my text a bit because this is a bit small. I want to increase the font, not too big. Yes, that's a better size font. Yes, okay, so that's perfect. So now I'm gonna go to animations, and here you can choose the different animations. So I'm gonna choose the fly in, and as you can see, it's doing it one by one. And here you can see you have options where you can make it do from bottom, left, right, so forth. You can let it do the animation as a paragraph, as an object, all at once, and so forth. So you can play around and see which of these animations you like. I like this one. This one is really nice. So now I'm gonna add a new slide because I want to put a graph in here, a chart. So I'm gonna name this the poll. So I took some poll from our colleague and I'm gonna put a chart. So you can just click the option here to insert chart, or you go to insert and then you can go to charts. Here it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and click insert chart here. And I'm gonna choose a type of chart that I wanna insert. I'm just gonna go with a column chart. Yeah, just a normal column chart and let it go from here. Okay, so now I have my chart and you can also see that I have a little Excel sheet here where I can update the figures here. Okay, so I don't want so many columns, so I'm just gonna delete the 2 of these. Right click and delete. Now I only have 1. So I'm just going to put my yellow, this is monsters, my yellow, blue, and green monster. And I'm gonna delete this because I only have 3 monsters. And then I'm going to give the ratings. The yellow monster, it got 80%. The blue monster, it got 50%. And the green monster, it got 75%. Okay, so here we go now. So when we look at our chart, we can see now the different ratings and percentage for each of these monsters. So you can go ahead and change the styling of your chart. You can change the look and feel of it. You can play around with it. You can change the colors that are there. I want something else, so I go ahead with that. And you can go ahead and choose the option there. There is an option for formatting here where you can play around with the styling of your chart as well. And if you do want to edit your data, if you want to add more monsters and add more percentage and ratings, you can do that. But for now, my poll looks good as is. And now for our final slide, I'm gonna put in an image of a thank you. I'm gonna click on that and insert it. And I'm gonna expand it. I'll just expand this. And I'll drag it to the center. So that is my last slide here. It is very important to save your work. In order to save your work, just click the save button here, or press Ctrl S on your keyboard, and then you can save it anywhere on your computer. Name your file and choose where you want to save it. I'm gonna choose to save mine in the downloads, and then click save. And then here it is. You can see that your file is now called book proposal, and each time you do an update on your work, you want to save it so that if there's a power cut or anything happens, you have your work saved and you don't lose everything that you've worked on. So what I want to do next is I want to add some transition so that the slide transitions in a way that it's appealing to the eyes. So let's try to look at this one. Morph, that's fade in, push up. I think I might like the push up slide or the split. I kind of like the reveal, so I'm gonna keep it as the reveal. So that this is how the slide will transition when you're showing it in your presentation. There's more options to choose from, but I'm just going to go with that one. You can choose the effect options, you can choose sounds, you can choose duration, you can choose if it's on mouse click, you can choose when. You can play around with the options for the transition. So now that I've chosen my transition, I'm going to go to slideshow mode so that I can actually view my slideshow. So I'm going to start my slideshow from the beginning to see how it will look. So as you can see, here's my slideshow presentation. So when you're actually going to deliver your presentation, this is how it's going to look. And each time you click, then the information pops up, and then there's some arrows for navigation down here, and you can just keep pressing it so that you can see the options, and you have to keep clicking each time. And as you click, you can talk through your slide presentation. And then here is my third page, and then here is my thank you page. This concludes our Microsoft PowerPoint tutorial. I hope this was really helpful for you, and I hope that you have certainly learned more on how to use Microsoft PowerPoint. It is indeed a powerful tool, and there's a lot of things you can do in here, so please explore. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And also give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.